Howdy, folks. Howdy. Just got up out of the bed a few minutes ago. I'm sleepy, so forgive me. And yeah, I still have my same shirt on from yesterday. It is what it is, man. Plus, this is my, you know, my Harley House 76 shirt, the talk shit spit blood shirt that I got over there from them guys. So I'm proud to wear it 2 days in a row. Anyway, he stayed quiet for as long as he could, sat back in the background for as long as he possibly could, and didn't say anything. And I got a call this morning, which woke me up. And I said, well, hell, don't tell me, just me. Tell everybody. So we're going to hear Uncle Shaggy weigh in on that 2.5 hour long diatribe I was on yesterday with Hollywood, where we were interviewing Miklo 1%er about Los Perros MC. So no further ado, we shall bring Uncle Shaggy on, Uncle Shaggy 1%er, and let him talk a little bit about his thoughts about the ongoing feud and his reaction to the Miklo interview that we did yesterday and what he's been seeing going on and that sort of thing. All of that, man, after this. Morning, y'all. Morning, y'all. I'm Black Dragon. Welcome to Black Dragon Biker TV. And as always, I'd like to thank you for tuning in from wherever it is in the world that you happen to be. With no further ado, we shall bring on Uncle Shaggy. Now. Oh, where the heck did you go? What's up, man? How are you? Uh-oh. Oh, hold on. Let me turn on your sound. There you go.
Oh, good morning.
Morning to you.
How you doing today? I hope everybody's doing well. Hey, it's going to be quite the interesting take. It's not a light. It's actually sunlight. You know, we had like tornadoes and shit rip through here, and you know, the good old Midwest, when tornadoes come through, the sun comes out. It ain't no better.
No, it was better the other way, actually.
That's upside down. Hold on a second. Let's just fuck this all up.
There you go. That's perfect.
Try that. No, that's better. Well, damn. All right, let's just screw this whole thing up, but nobody will take me serious now. All right, piss on it. Deal with it.
Yeah, deal with it.
So I sat through 2.5 hours of absolute. Well, I'll start off with saying the first hour was Four for the Road, and even commented a few times. And I'll say this: Four for the Road is a organization and a social media platform that does education. It's factual. These guys work their asses off to get the correct information. These guys are well known and respected in their clubs, and they carry a professional weight upon their shoulders because they are expected to constantly carry and be the carrier of that knowledge. You know, when them guys make a mistake, you know, it's worse than anybody making a mistake because it's going to be compounded 10 times harder because these guys are supposed to know the ins and outs because they do the homework. And, you know, I watched that and I watched it fall apart at the end. And I actually had expected.
You mean the first interview?
First one, yes. Yeah. I actually had expected, because No Shame is funny as fuck, man. The guy knows how to live life, man. You know, people pick on 1%ers that can laugh and joke and have fun, because we all know when it's time to be serious, there better not be a smiling, laughing face in the whole fucking house. Well, the dude knows how to have a good time, and he really knows how to be a professional, and he really showed that. And you know, nobody can out professional. You know, the Professor Blade. He's just top notch. But Dave got a little bit because Dave is the keeper of digging the fucking information up wherever he can get it, and then verifying it's correct. Now, some of it's hard to verify through our history and our culture because there's a lot of guys that are dead and gone. You know, clubs, old clubs like my club and the clubs that have been mentioned 100 times on the last, you know, Four for the Road show, podcast, and for last night. You know, those clubs, man, a lot of the founders are gone. All of the founders are gone. You know, and so finding that information is difficult. Like finding out the information from the early 1900s and all that shit like that. But everybody does the best they can. And I'll start out by saying I don't dislike Miklo. I think he's an all right guy. I think his heart's in the right place. I think he's young and in a position to where he made several comments last night that really woke me up to say, okay, enough's enough. I'm going to give my take on this. And I learned this lesson pretty valuable from a true hardcore, I'm not going to name his club, but one percenter. And what he said was, if you have to start out with one percenter, one percenter, one percenter, one percenter, or this is how a one percenter is supposed to be, and this is how a one percenter is supposed to be, and this is how a one percenter is supposed to be, well, I got news for you. You ain't a fucking one percenter. Period. Period. You are whatever the name your club is. That 1% diamond, that 1% moniker is what your club's lifestyle and ideology is about. It's about rebellion. It's about a big FTW, middle finger to the world. Yeah. Whomever come up with the 99% moniker or the 1% moniker, that is for the road. They have an excellent 2 video series on it. And they do a great job with it. And they even read, I believe, at the for the Road thing they did with Miklo, they read what Tom Fuga wrote.
Right.
And that came from Tecate. You know, and it goes even further. So I'm going to say this. Miklo, if you're listening, if you're watching, if you're paying attention, you might have felt like, you know, guys like Northern Cody, guys like others that you kept saying were fishing, and they're a bunch of guys that are just, you know, screwing with you, or they're trying to attack you. First off, what makes you a part of this community is a long time in the community, being a part of the community, working to serve the community, and getting to know these folks. And I know some of these folks, and I'm going to tell you right now, they're not fishing to fuck with you and aggravate you. They're trying to get what your ideology is so they can help change a bad habit that you have. First habit you have that's bad, 1%ers don't ask permission for shit. Do your history a little bit better. Because I can tell you right now, when I came in this lifestyle 23 years ago, and that was 2001, okay, 1% clubs didn't just march into each other's area and do whatever the fuck they wanted to because they had that 1% diamond on. That did not happen. Ever. And if it did, bloodshed reigned through. You know, the more I hear you talk, my friend, the more you sound like, and I hate to say this because I don't want any disrespect to your club because I don't know your club. I kind of know you a little bit. I've read some of the shit you wrote, but you kind of sound like Iron Order. We're going to go in and do what we want. We're going to wear the patches we want to. We're going to cause whatever mayhem we want to because we're going by the old school ideology. That's a bunch of bullshit. You know what the old school ideology was? Ride your motorcycle, fly your colors, love your club, support your club, love your brothers unconditionally, party, you know, have a great time, fornicate with loose women, pop pills, do drugs, have a great time. It's not about what it's being labeled as. Four for the Road did a great goddamn job at that 1%er thing between punk rock, Dave, I think Chris was on there, I think Drifter was on there. They went into every aspect of where the diamond came from. And if you read Sonny's first book, and I've only read one of Sonny's first books, or one of his books, just the very first one he wrote. And I read it after he died because I wanted to meet him first, and I didn't get the chance to. He said in there where the diamond was created. And I'm going to tell you right now, I wouldn't call Sonny a liar.
Well, especially on something he lived.
He joined the club, what, 1954? And Miklo saying that it came around in 1957? I mean, look, this community comes together when it's time for it to come together. Like now, when the community is Miklo's not necessarily misrepresenting the community. He's misrepresenting the old ideology and this new mentality. And this new mentality is, I can do what I want, when I want, how I want. Well, let me stop for a second. I forgot to put in here. Everything I am saying is of my opinion only. It's not of my club's opinion. I don't hear people going around calling my club saying Shaggy said this or Shaggy said that. This is my opinion. This is the shit that I've learned. You know, one of the things I always say is, do your own research. Don't take everything from what is said to be. Dig up your own dirt. Find out. Go meet and sit down with them old guys. I love being a part of the National Council of Clubs. I love being a part of the National Coalition of Motorcyclists. I love being a part of the Confederation of Clubs. I love being a part of those big table items, or them big up in the sky fucking national things, because those old guys from every club show up, and I get to sit with them and learn the history. Not hear it in a book. Well, the books, some of them are cool, but not hear it in a book. Not read it here and there. I would love to have the time to do what Dave does for Four for the Road, but then I mean, he did ride the fuck out of his motorcycle too, but I don't have that kind of time.
Hey, that research is grueling.
You know, he kept saying, well, my club's going through its blood and tears and all this stuff like that right now. And if he endures, by God, yeah, I guess you are a 1% club. People have to give you that respect. But you're wearing the 1% diamond for the wrong goddamn reason. Every reason you gave to Four for the Road, every reason you gave last night in the 2.5 hours that you gave. One, you're supposed to be the president of your mother chapter. I am a big proponent of proper leadership. You did not represent yourself well or the club. Secondly, there was a comment that was put on there that is absolutely the most factual comment I've ever seen in my life that came across there, which said, if you were a true 1%er, you wouldn't be answering these motherfuckers' questions. Because I can tell you something right now, that even though you kept bashing Cody said one of the most 1%er things I've ever heard in my life.
What was that?
We don't give a fuck what people think about us. We don't care what they think about our club. We are who we are. I don't care what you think. Last night, what I saw was somebody who overly cared what they thought and was trying to defend himself. If you're a true 1%er, which I get tired of hearing that, this true 1%er shit doesn't mean nothing. I'm an invader. I'm an invader first. My Invader Nation is a 1%er club. Those men that were responding on that last night, that were being harsh with Miklo, are their clubs first, and they are 1%ers also. They've earned the title. But make no mistake about it. When you're out of that 1% club, whether it be out bad, out good, you know, whatever the case may be, you're no longer a 1%er, because that 1% title and that 1% emblem goes back to the club. You can be outlaw all day long, but you're no longer a 1%er. It's the way of the game. It's what we signed up for. Those patches belong to the club. Now, you want to learn the way of the 1%er, Miklo? I'm going to give you the free ticket item right here. And this is what you seem to have missed. there is more than one opinion, whether it be out of Oakland, whether it be out of Virginia, whether it be out of wherever the little tidbits you're getting. It's the diversity of the entire community. There's guys watching here now that hate my goddamn guts. And I hate their goddamn guts, but I will sit down with them because it's more important to sit down with them being a leader in the community, being a true one percenter. We don't buck the system. We don't ask permission, you're right, but we don't go in half-cocked. Well, we're here now, what are you going to do? Clubs are doing that now because clubs know that finally law enforcement has figured out RICO. The Mongol case is the exact thing of it. These guys that are saying they're one percenters first need to embrace the fact that they're the club they joined first.
You know, that's why when I teach my guys, it's when you announce yourself, it's club first. You're not bigger than the club. It's club first, then chapter, then your name, then your title. It's the club first. Everything is club first.
Look, you know, I give you all the respect in the world for starting your own motorcycle club, no matter how it's portrayed in your history. That's your history. If you want to display it out for the world to know, hey man, good on you. That's your business. But don't come to our sandbox and expect us to agree with your way of thinking. Because the thing I kept seeing on there that it just didn't seem like it wanted to resonate with you and your brother sitting in the background was there are a lot of motherfuckers, righteous motherfuckers that died for this, that lost their freedom, that died in prison, that have missing limbs that may still be alive, that can no longer ride motorcycles. That's the point you're missing on what Four for the Road's telling you. What them guys from those other harsh comments that you said were trolls were telling you. They understand that history. That's what separates us from you. You want to be accepted, and yes, you have to be accepted. Matter of fact, I believe on the Four for the Road one, I believe when No Shame, it was either No Shame or it was one of them read Tom Fugel's thing that he wrote about Tecate and the 1% diamond, how they went to the Angels and got sanctioned by the Angels to wear that diamond. That is 100% factual. That writing is in every El Forastero clubhouse. Okay? The today's one percenter is the guy that is the big bully, sticks his chest out, and he's better than everybody else. Well, let me explain something to you. Those are the guys that are tearing our community down. You kept saying the community's in a bad spot, the community's in a bad spot, it's all fucked up, it's this, it's that. Dude, you don't have a goddamn clue what this community's going through. You know why? Because you're stuck in your chapter traveling between where you're at in Mexico. Let me tell you where I'm traveling. Across this country, meeting with other clubs in a setting where we're all coming together for a common cause, and we're having conversations about our community. And our community is thriving just fine. Our community is not fucked up. Our community is MC tight. The 1% community is MC 1%er tight. It's not a perfect world. It's not a perfect community. These guys are getting pissed off that you keep saying our lifestyle is going down a bad path and it's wrong. I will tell you this, Miklo. The 1% community, the OMC community, the 99 community, the T-shirt community, the RC community, the MM community, the blah, 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 all these new labels that just come out in the last 10 years is just fucking fine. Where's the violence at? The violence is at these clubs that are making names for themselves. It's in the news every day. It's no big secret. Our community is fine. And until you step up and be a part of the community, being a leader in the community, helping to make the community better by working together with other clubs, being able to sit down, check your fucking ego and check your ideology and listen to everybody's ideas. You come together and you work together to make the community better. Shut the fuck up. I'm sorry, dude. I just can't help but say that. Shut up. I've been in your shoes before. I've been told to shut up. And I did. I've been quiet for quite a long time. And you know what? I never stopped for standing up for this community. I never stopped speaking out for this community. And I promise you, if you shut up a few minutes, open your ears, step up to the big boy table, sit down and listen to what's going on, you will be embraced faster than what you think. Four for the Road tried to give you that same goddamn testimony, that same kind of way of looking at things at their thing. Last night, several guys were saying the same thing. I don't know how many times Hollywood mentioned about the income. You can't say you're a part of the community when you're not being a part of the community. You want to talk about one percenter? The El Fosteros taught me the most valuable lesson I've ever learned in the MC community, which was to be in the MC community, you have to be a part of the fucking community. If you can't be a part of the community, you're not in the MC. You're not MC. You're not 1%. You know, you're not following the rules. It's not about we're holding you down and you can't do this and you got to follow this and this. That's not the way it is. It's called the foundation of these clubs. It's called the traditions of this club. It's called having some moral compass on how our community is done. We're not telling you can't do anything. We're telling you, hey, motherfucker, earn it. If you're going to walk the walk, motherfucker, talk the talk, and be willing to take the black eye and be willing to fucking give one. Be willing to protect your community at all costs, because guess what, man? If the community was as bad as you're portraying it to be, we are no longer the last free society in the United States of America, which, son, let me tell you something. We are. We are. Guys like me, guys like Double D that you heard about last night, guys that take the time on their own dime to go to these national meetings with the National Council of Clubs or INCOM, we're going there because when we leave there, we're going to our state capitals or we're going to the United States Capitol in Washington, D.C., and we're testifying for your fucking rights to keep this community to have its traditions, to keep this community to be able to go from old school, you know, the World War II era to the Korea era to the Vietnam era. And yes, it's all military because that's how we fucking roll to
Shaggy,
where we're at now.
Shaggy, I'm sure we're demonetized by now, but
yeah, well, I'll buy a couple of beers next time I see you. I might even buy a book.
I appreciate it. Go on, brother. Go on.
The fact of the matter is, you can't speak on the community from being in the community from 2012. You can't do it. I've been in this community 23 years and I learn shit every day. Every day. I stay away from YouTube most of the time. I just happen to be like, again? You know, I thought it was done when No Shame said what he had to say. And then next, you know, it's back on here so he can have his say, but he didn't really solve anything what he said. I'm going to tell everybody who's watching, and I hope they repost this. This last part, just put it on the TikTok because you only get a few minutes anyway. And I just started on TikTok, figuring that out. Put this last part on there. The last 5 minutes, No Shame spoke on his reaction video to Miklo. And I think it was the last few minutes he spoke right there at the end of the Four for the Road one. The passion that man spoke is the passion that I'm speaking right now, and every true blue hardcore biker, 1%er or not, feels about this community. We're not joking. It's not a laughing matter to us. We don't just do this on the fucking weekends or when we feel like we've bought enough Harley Davidson leather so that we have that amount of money around us as we get on our motorcycles that cost just as much. No, we do this day in, day out, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, 365, phone calls at 3 o'clock in the morning, funerals. When a brother calls, we got to go. When our home is attacked, we must defend it. Men stand their ground. Our forefathers of this country stood their ground. I have had enough of this stupid YouTube shit and this stupid ass TikTok. It's funny. No Shame said it the best. I went after Hollywood. He came after me. Grow a sack. I love haters. I've always loved the haters. I loved them when I had my YouTube channel. They're entertaining to me because I'm a hateful motherfucker. But I'm even more hateful when you attack my community and you're uneducated. I'm going to tell you what, man, I truly, truly respect Miklo. I truly respect his club. But I'm going to tell you what, if you want respect for the entire community, you got to be a part of the community. You got to know more than just what somebody told you or what you read in a book. You got to live this shit. You got to eat this shit, breathe this shit, bleed this shit, cry this shit. It's got to be on your goddamn mind every single day. When I was a young patch member in a club, I used to get up and think, what can I do better for my club today? And when I went to bed, I said, I hope I can do this tomorrow. I set goals. Now I say, I hope I can do great for my club today. And before I go to bed, I hope I didn't do anything to do anything to dispel my club or make it look bad. And then also in the morning when I wake up after I wonder what I could do to make my club better, I go, I wonder what I could do to make my community better. That's leadership. That's caring about our community. We are the last free society. And it's dudes like you that come out here and say constantly, oh, the MC community's fucked up. The MC community's gone in a bad direction. The MC community's doing this, that, blah, 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 blah. Bro, get your head out of your ass. You're smarter than this. I'm sure you're a better leader than what you showed last night. And I'm a firm believer in giving everybody the benefit of the doubt. I've talked to you a few times personally. Like I said, I have respect for you. I like you. I just think the way your ideology is off topic. You want to learn the history of how MCing is done. There's more than Four for the Road. There's more than Black Dragon's deal. There's more than Hollywood's deal. There was more than Shaggy's Corner. There's more stuff out there than just a couple clubs that you've dealt with. And lastly, you know why you got jumped on at Four for the Road's the last part of that deal? Because the man you were speaking of, I do know. I've broken bread with him. And you don't drop names and say shit like that you said, because 1%ers don't do that. We just don't do that. You know, it's nobody's business about what happened to you when you went to Mexico, because I can tell you this right now. You told me that story that they made you prove that you were in Mexico. They made you show you this and that. Look, I'm going to tell you what. There ain't another club on this goddamn planet by gunpoint or by knife to my throat. I have to answer to my club. I'll say that again. I have to answer to my club. No one else. I don't answer to no one else. I give you the courtesy to tell you where I was at. That's a courtesy. If you give me the courtesy to tell me where you're at, that's a courtesy to me. It ain't none of my goddamn business. You set yourself up for failure and you weren't being 1%. I'm just saying. You 1%, you don't ask permission. Why'd you have to do the things you said you had to do in that story? And, other than that, I hope you learned something from this dude, because there's a lot of people I see popping on here that they're part of the community. They care about this community. you need to care about it just as much. And if you get picked on a little bit, trust me, I get picked on all the time. This is the only way I know I'm loved. You know, if somebody ain't saying something fucking derogatory towards me, I think everybody fucking hates me. You know what? We're a community that fucks with each other, but we're a community that protects each other. And guess what? You got me out of bed because I need to say something about my community that you over and over disrespected last night. I will assure you of something. I got suspended for 90 days from my club because I felt a program on television disrespected my community.
I remember that.
I took ownership for it. And guess what, man? Four for the Road is the one who pulled me out, pointed that out, and did a whole episode on it. And they were very respectful in how they did it. I called them up and I thanked them. You can ask them anytime you want to. There was one part that we won't discuss, but that's between me and them. But they were very respectful about it. Why? Because they cared about this community. And these guys knew me, knowing that I wasn't thinking about the titles that I hold. I had a moment of being emotional, and I responded emotionally to what I thought was to protect the community. So don't think if I don't go after National Geographic that you're off the hook. You know, be a part of the community, man. Listen to what these guys are telling you. You're pissing them off. And trust me, as is said on our website in the Invaders Motorcycle Club, if you go into the comments, the very last comment on there, there's a comment that I have made famous in my club. Violence is our aphrodisiac, and I'm here for the violence. Need I say more? Be a part of it or go the fuck away. I think you want to be a part of it to do what you need to do to be a part of it. That's how you earn it. That's how you get respect. And that's how you become in the circle, man. Then, other than that, I hope everybody else is doing great. I hope everybody's coming out of winter and getting their bikes ready to go because I'm tired of winter.
Yeah, we don't really have a winter down here. We ride year round down here, just because. Although I wasn't riding in that -30 we had. I just got to say I wasn't doing that.
Well, that's not year round. You had a little bit of time where that bike probably got covered up and heater put on it. You and T is out there freezing to death, but the bike was warm because you can't let one of those victories get cold because then they won't start. They just can't.
Well,
and
the gold wing on the side of the road like those Harleys, but I'm not going to do that.
Well, I know you had a heater on the gold wing because I've seen
I did.
soy sauce freeze up.
Whatever. I sure did. I had foot heaters too on it. And
I believe you did.
Cold a day on the gold wing, I promise.
Put the little hand warmers over the grips.
You know something, Marcel?
Uh-oh, what happened?
You can't recall my black card. Boy, don't do that shit on here.
So now we're threatening people on the www. This is let me figure it. This is truly clown shit. I know it. That ain't Big Cell, is it? I know who Big Cell is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what. It's not about all just Big Cell. There's a couple things that I want to address too on that four for the road thing. One is my understanding from watching from the beginning to end that it was about 1%er stuff, right? But there were several fellas on there that were 1%ers, and I just don't understand. What is that? Well, the community is about everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, answer this phone, man. Answer this motherfucking phone.
You know, this is why I started my YouTube channel to begin with. It's because of all the disinformation that was out there.
Who you think you're talking to? What the fuck you think this is, man?
Hey, let's keep it behind the scenes. I get where you're coming from. I mean, this is our lifestyle. Those guys ain't earned shit. They just haven't. That's why they react like they do. That's a fact. We have to be above that because that's how we keep our people safe. That's how we keep our community pure like it is. It's that simple. I don't let people react that way. And I'll just become just me. This ain't good. All right, so let's go to midget strippers, and debauchery outside the clubhouse because we never talk about what's inside of it. But what is Mokpo? What is that? What it says? Will you do a response video to Mokpo? What is Mokpo?
Oh, I think he's probably trying to say Miklo. I think, I'm not sure.
I think that's what we just talked about.
I think so. You know, I bring all sides. That's what I do. I expose all sides. You catch a lot of shit doing this. Somebody ain't mad. Somebody don't like you. You know, somebody don't. You get on here and you say something about some of your brothers that were run over by a car. Somebody don't like it. Whatever the case may be, you gotta have tough skin. Somebody doesn't like what you say. They talk about your race. You're an Uncle Tom. You sold out. I'm removing you from the black race and all kinds of shit. You better have you some tough ass skin if you're gonna get into the any kind. I mean, I can remember your boy Geraldo Rivero having a fist fight with
dude, the Klan and the skinheads kicked his fucking head in. He did fine though when he interviewed the Angels.
Right on his channel. So you know, but that doesn't mean that you don't get angry. That doesn't mean that somebody can't catch you at a bad time. That doesn't mean that somebody can't catch you in a bad frame of mind and get cuss the fuck out or whatever else comes with that. So I just
let me catch your breath for a second. Let me tell a story real quick.
No, you demonetized my channel already, so.
Well, let me tell you the story real quick because this will make sense. And it was put to me by one of the gentlemen that was talked about pretty heavily on Fulford Road. And I asked him a long time ago if I could tell the story because it made sense to me the way he told it to me because I'd never heard it put this way. And this is how it goes. You build a house. You buy the land, you get all the lumber, you get your crew together, you build this house, and as time goes by, it gets bigger, stronger.
Let me tell you something. My great grandfather, two greats, was lynched in his front yard in front of his children. I grew up running from and fighting the Klan in Oklahoma City, in Oklahoma, in my life. For somebody to tell me I ain't black, go to Hades.
Hey, man, You ain't black. You're an
ass back to
American.
Hades.
You're an American citizen. I don't play this fucking color game. I never have.
We're not talking about that. People know what I'm talking about. My folks know what I'm talking about. Don't play that with me. Don't you dare play that with me. Don't play that with me.
I feel like I need to go sit in the corner, put my nose against the wall, and I'm waiting for my dad to be like, I'm going to beat your ass as soon as I wake up from this nap.
I just, I tell you, anybody who wants to do this right here, man, I just would say, be ready. Be ready. Get your Teflon skin on, because folks will come at you real crooked, real crooked. Real crooked.
You know, the one thing that kind of gets me is, and I'm sure the Four for the Road guys will correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm not wrong. But the MC community did not become segregated until pretty much the heart of the civil rights movement. Then things kind of happened.
No,
And
I disagree with you with that, because black folks
if you look at
the black folks could never get into the
well,
AMA.
you know, well, so what I'm talking about is there was a certain individuals
But you know what?
that made it in
right
those
here,
kind of clubs.
my anger right here, this right here, isn't something between black and white. This is the bullshit that happens between black and black.
Well, that's what I'm trying to go with this.
A very close friend of mine just got on this thing and said something. This is a very close friend of mine. So I just got upset, because sometimes you don't expect things to come from certain places.
Well,
that's all. But anyway, let's move forward. Let's not get into that conversation. We need another whole hour.
Yeah.
So
look, we're one community. I've been saying this at income level. I say it at the NCOC level. We are one community. We're black side, white side, green side. We're one community. We need to protect our community. It's all we have. And if you can't be a part of it, then get the fuck out of it. We didn't make the rules, but we do evolve. We do move forward. We do become better. Just like our parents raised us to be better than they were, be more successful than they were. We do the same thing when we raise our prospects and we raise the future of our clubs. It's the same damn thing. I'll leave you with this. Miklo, pay attention. Respect, communication, and participation makes every organization great. You can't have, if you don't have one, you don't have any. They are the three links that hold every organization together. Without that, you have nothing. This entire community is built on respect. Adults acting like adults. Men acting like men, women acting like women. And I'm telling you right now, you follow those three things, your clubs will become better, your communities will become better. And look, side note, fucking prospect your people. Quit giving them patches. I just had to say it. It's my Tourette's kicking in. Do background checks. Run the fuck out of them.
Everybody should do that. Absolutely, everybody should. Listen, I just wanted to, we were talking this morning. You called me to tell me what was on your mind, and I said, why don't you come on the show and say it? So, when you come on this show, I'm going to let you speak your piece. That's what I do. It's not my piece. I have plenty of opportunity where people click on to hear me speak. When I have guests, it's for them to speak. That's why we have guests. When people see Uncle Shaggy is going to be on the show, or Big Bone, or Big Cell, or Miklo, or No Shame, or whomever, then those people are expected to give their opinion on the show. And if you want my black card for doing it, so be it. I'll give you the motherfucker. Just come get it.
I'll one up you. I'll give you my Irish Cherokee Indian one.
Do I have to come get it?
We can mail it to each other. It might make it.
All right, man. Listen, what do you got coming up, man? You going to Daytona Bike Week or anything?
Not likely. No, we got a lot of stuff going up here this year. It'll be a busy year this year. I can't wait.
All right, my man. I'm gonna let you go. I'll talk to you a little bit later. I gotta go try to find Jesus. I need Jesus right now. You take care, my man.
In about a month, he'll be doing my lawn.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Love you, brother. Take care of yourself. All you guys out there, we'll talk to y'all soon.
Don't be ugly. Take care. All right. Let's see. Boy, y'all don't catch me without something to say. Every now and then, you catch me without something to say. That was just really remarkable to me. So anyway, my my producer's laughing at me, saying that my blood pressure is probably spiked. I probably need to take me some some furosemide right now. Get you pissing all day. The thing about social media is it has allowed us to be able to speak to one another in ways that we never do or never would before face to face. There are some things that are trigger words, some things that are trigger phrases that can catch a guy real quick. Like before I got on the internet, being 6'4" and just a big kind of guy, I just never really got called the N-word a whole lot. Not face to face, but but when I got on social media, man, holy moly, people said the darndest things. So you guys know I try not to curse because I realize people's 15 and 16-year-olds and sometimes 8 and 9-year-olds are watching me. When I started this show, I would have people would tell me, I meet people at a gas station and their kids know me and their children watch me. And when I realized that was going on, I realized that I didn't want to have my foul biker mouth on here. So that is why I try not to curse and stuff like that when I'm on here. And so I feel as though, but I let a few go by, but I try to stay away from the MFers and this, that, and the other, because people's children, people's wives, people's grandparents are watching me, and there's a certain expectation that they have of me that I would be professional. So that's all I've ever wanted to do, is have a professional show. And so when people lack that professionalism, I'm going to tell you something. If you come on my show, you're going to get your opportunity to speak. There was only one person that didn't get their opportunity to speak, and that was Twitch 1%er. And if I could find that guy to apologize to him personally, I would apologize to him personally, because he did not deserve what he got on my show as a guest on my show. It actually wasn't my show, but he didn't get what he was supposed to get as a guest. And a guest is someone that appears on your show because you invited them, and they should be treated like any guest that you invite into your home. And then at the moment that they no longer become a guest, that's when you end their visit, and everybody comes amicably and leaves amicably. And I believe in that. That has been how I've always carried myself as I became mature in my life and decided to do mature things. So please forgive me for not displaying that entirely during this show. I am human and I have failings. And in that, I feel I failed you and myself, my family, and my upbringing, and perhaps maybe even to some extent, my club. So, with that, I will say I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Um, as always, we'll be back on tomorrow, and we will do this again. Uh, anyway, I covered this subject because it's out there. It's in our stratosphere, et cetera, et cetera. I will say this, and this is how I feel. Do your thing. Make your mark. Dare to be what it takes to be great. Ain't nobody gonna like it, but not everybody's gonna hate it. There are rules to everything, and everything has a system attached. So some people work well within those systems, and some people prove that they can not worry about those systems and go around them entirely. And some people are successful at that, and some people are not. The bottom line is, do you. Raise your head, be bold, and do you. The way I got up the top of the mountain might not be the way you get up the top of the mountain. Normally, they got these mountains like the one that everybody dies on when they go over, where is it, Pakistan or India or somewhere, the one everybody dies on? Not everybody. But there's like 4 or 5 or 6 approaches. And it just depends on which approach you take as to whether or not you get up. And did you hit it right? Was the weather right? Were the circumstances right? Were the glaciers right? You know, when you made your attempt. And so I don't hate any person who tries to make their attempt. Do you? I think Everest, thank you, SSW. Everest is the mountain I was talking about. Do you, and do the best you can do, man. Do the best you can. And I'm not I'm not looking at you, Goose. I'm not talking directly to you, brother. I'm just talking. Anyway, and then this idea that outlaws obey no rules. Man, them guys got more rules than anybody on the planet. Just check them out sometime, and you'll know what I'm talking about. All right, that's my 2 cents. I'd love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section right below. I'm Black Dragon. Thanks for tuning in. Let me get to the commercial button. Okay, I think I'm on the right button. Thanks for tuning in, and get skinny. Out. Hey, subscribers. Whenever you are in Macon, Georgia, you have to get over to my Motorcycle Club Brothers Cigar Lounge. Haley's Cigar Lounge on Ingleside Avenue has a night or several nights just right for you. Monday night football kicks off the week. Wednesday is whiskey night. Thursday, ladies night. Saturdays are make your night. And wrapping up the weekend, it's Sunday football. Haley's is closed on Tuesdays. Enjoy the friendly atmosphere at Haley's. Hang out at the bar or outside on the patio. They can also host your small events. Haley's Cigar Lounge, 2308 Ingleside Avenue in Macon, Georgia. Be sure to tell them Black Dragon sent you. Prepare yourself to take the helm as president of your mighty motorcycle club by delving into the pages of Black Dragon's newest book, The President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. There you will learn to advance your skills in applying the 14 scientific principles of leadership similar to those taught to officers in the United States Naval Service. Available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. Get yours today on Amazon, Kindle, or order it at your local bookstore. Order your autographed copy from blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club president you can be. Get the book.
Get Black Dragon's first book, The Prospect's Bible, to learn how to join a motorcycle club. It has been an Amazon #1 bestseller for the past 7 years and is required reading for over 3,000 motorcycle clubs worldwide. This book is a must-have for new people venturing onto the motorcycle club set. It will teach you how to prepare yourself for service to the motorcycle club nation and show you how to qualify a motorcycle club to be worthy of your service. Available on Amazon, Kindle, and for order at your local bookstore. Get your autographed copy at blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club prospect you can be. Get the book.